Assalamu alaikum. We have quite a few announcements today, so if you guys can bear with me for a few minutes while we go through them, inshallah, so we can start our khutbah on time. Per the Shura Council of Southern California, the first day of Ramadan is going to be starting May 27th. So that's 2 Saturdays from now, inshallah. That's 3 Saturdays. 3 Saturdays actually from today, from Saturday, inshallah. And subsequently, that means the 27th. The 27th of May. I'm not good at calendars apparently. Which also means that the first day of Taraweeh will be the Friday before. So that's Friday, May 26th. Taraweeh will be starting here. And alhamdulillah, we've secured Hafiz Sahib Ashrafi to lead our prayers as he's led them the past few years. And alhamdulillah, everybody enjoys having him. So he will be leading our Taraweeh prayers this year, inshallah. And the new board, we're still currently in transition, so forgive us and excuses if things are a little sloppy during this transition period. We're doing the best we can, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khair. And we're currently putting together our events and our plans for Ramadan. We have qiyams planned, and we also have several other events planned. And on the topic of Ramadan, particularly iftar, the Prophet ﷺ, he told us in a beautiful hadith, he who feeds a fasting person within this month of Ramadan, in reference to Ramadan, will have his sins forgiven, and he'll be protected and released from the hellfire, and he also gets the reward of that person fasting without decreasing the reward of the fasting person. So in line with that, inshallah, this year again we will be having iftars during Ramadan, sponsored iftars. Initially, we'll be aiming for maybe one of the weekend days or 2 or 3 of the weekend days, as long as there's interest in it. So inshallah, if you're interested in sponsoring an iftar, particularly on a weekend, please swing by the office and put your name and put your number, and we'll contact you and we'll coordinate the time with you. So again, Ramadan iftars, if you're interested, please swing by the office. We have a sign-up sheet there. Put your name, put your number, and we'll coordinate with you so we can, inshallah, have Ramadan iftars. And we, the board, need the help of the community members here. We need volunteers to help plan and to help structure and organize events. And especially with Ramadan coming, we really need all hands on deck to plan for Ramadan. We need help, planning these iftars. We need help with activities, particularly new Muslim activities, because as you know, during Ramadan we see a spike of people coming to the masjid, non-Muslims coming to the masjid, inquiring about Islam. So we need to have people on deck, as well as planning interfaith activities. We need the support, and we need help of people to facilitate these activities. So similarly, we have a sign-up sheet in the office. Please come, sign up, express your interest in helping in any one of these capacities. And even if you're not interested in one of these capacities, we have plenty of other areas that we need assistance with. So please swing by the office, put down your name, put down your number. If you want to put down what you're interested in, and we'll coordinate with you, and we'll inshallah get in touch with you to facilitate these activities. Next Friday, May 19th, so next Friday, inshallah, we'll be having a Friday night lecture by Sheikh Farhan Zubari, and that the topic, inshallah, will be preparing for the month of Ramadan. So next Friday, inshallah, and this would be between Maghrib and Isha, and inshallah it will be a potluck. So put that in your calendars, and don't forget, inshallah, we need this very important reminder before Ramadan. And also, inshallah, the newly elected board will be there, so it also serves as an opportunity for people to come to voice their concerns, their opinions, their suggestions to the board as well. And now coming back to just normal announcements. Please ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His forgiveness. There's a young brother, his name was Adib Hasnat. He was 20 years old, he was in an accident, the only child. He passed away in an accident last Sunday. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive his sins and admit him into the highest level of Jannah, and to make it easy on his parents. The Sharif Academy will be having their year-end gala May 21st. At Central Park right here from 5 to 9. Inshallah, if you want information, please visit their website, or there's a poster on the wall. And there may be people selling tickets here, maybe. Also, this Sunday, Simcoe will be having their volleyball tournament at the Garden Grove Masjid. At Garden Grove at Next Level Facilities. So that's this Sunday. I believe we have a couple of teams. Abdurrahman is here for more info if you'd like. So you can swing by, and Abdul Hamid, I'm sorry, and get more info from him. And lastly, and definitely not least, please don't jaywalk. We've seen a spike of jaywalkers, and for the safety of our constituency as well as people driving their cars, you don't want to get a ticket as well. Please no jaywalking. And lastly, if you have any questions or concerns, I really encourage everyone you can email me at chair@ranchomesjid.org. Email me any questions, concerns. Also, inshallah, Monday and Wednesday, I'll be here in the office from 7 to 8. If you have any questions, concerns, swing by the office. Let me know if you catch me here and there. Please, I look forward to hearing from everyone. Again, any suggestions or ideas or anything that we can implement to help this community, that's what we're here for. So, jazakumullahu khair, and alhamdulillah, we finished on time. And Dr. Ahmad is our khatib for today, alhamdulillah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له عليه توكلنا إليه أنبنا إليه المصير خصنا بخير كتاب أنزل وخير نبي أرسل وخير منهاج شرع فقال عز من قائل اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم اللهم أحينا على سنته واحشرنا مع زمرته يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. O you who believe, fear Allah as you should and do not accept as Muslims. أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل بدعة ضلالة. Truly the best of the words is the book of Allah and the best of the guidance is the guidance of the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام, and the worst of the matters are the false innovations in the religion, any such thing as a misguidance. My brothers and sisters, during the month of Sha'ban of the 5th year after the migration, a great event happened in the life of the Prophet ﷺ that shook his household more than anything else. And this is when the Muslims were returning from Ghazwat Banu al-Mustaliq or Ghazwat al-Muraysi'. They were returning from an expedition and an event happened. And that's when Aisha alayhi radwanillah, the Siddiqa, the daughter of the Siddiq, as the Prophet ﷺ called her, was accused of the most horrible thing. She was accused of committing adultery with Safwan bin al-Mu'attil. And among the people that spread that rumor was a Sahabi from the people of Badr. His name was Mustih ibn Athatha. And this Mustih was a poor person. And the one who was supporting him financially was the very father of Aisha alayhi radwanillah, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with them all. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after the test and the trial, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the innocence of Aisha in the beginning of Surah An-Nur, in the Quran that will be recited all the way until the end of times. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq alayhi radwanillah, in response to that man spreading rumor about his own daughter, the wife of the Prophet, even though he was financially supporting him, he said that I'm not going to support him anymore. And that's very understandable. That's the least you would think a person actually can do. I was supporting you financially, and you stabbed me in the back by slandering my daughter, the very wife of the Prophet ﷺ. But then when Allah revealed those verses revealing the innocence of Aisha, among those verses was a great verse, and the whole Quran is great. Allah says, فَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ, that you should forgive and pardon each other's. Don't you like Allah to forgive you? Abu Bakr as-Siddiq said, yes, I want Allah to forgive me. And he started supporting him financially again, after all of what he has done. Now the question is, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, by supporting him again, did he win or did he lose? And the answer, of course, is that he won, and he won big. What did he win? He won the very forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because that's what Allah is promising. And that's what's sometimes holding us from forgiving other people. And that's the topic of my khutbah today, is about forgiving others. Sometimes when we forgive others, we feel that we're losing. After all of what he's done to me, after all of what she said about me, I'm going to forgive her just like that. Well, guess what? When you forgive is when you gain, actually. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will always give you back more than you have given. The common expression that the scholars use, وَالْجَزَاءُ مِنْ جِنْسِ الْعَمَلِ, that the reward is of the same kind as the action. So when you forgive, and that's what Allah is promising in Surah An-Nur, that when you forgive the others, Allah Himself will forgive you. And this is a great quality to keep among ourselves. And by the way, when we say that we forgive others, it doesn't mean we get fooled by the same person twice. No, we have to be careful. But at least we do not hold it in our heart for the rest of our life. We do not hold the grudges and the ill feeling. And this forgiveness, forgiving one another, is something that is badly needed, because sin and mistakes is part of the nature of the human beings. Everybody. Nobody is infallible except the Prophet ﷺ. Al-Usma is only for the Prophet ﷺ. So all of us actually commit sins and mistakes. That's what the Prophet says, كُلُّ بَنِي آدَمَ خَطَّاء وَخَيْرُ الْخَطَّائِينَ التَّوَّابُونَ, that every child of Adam commits sin. خطأ من خطيئة وليس من الخطأ. Everyone commits a sin. So if everybody has shortcomings, and everybody actually has sins, then it only follows that we need to forgive one another. Because if I'm going to hold it against every person that commits mistake, I will go crazy, because everybody commits mistake. And you know what? The funny thing is that we want Allah to forgive our own sins, but we don't like to forgive the others. In other words, we want it to ourselves, only for me, but I don't want to give it to the others. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to all of us, وَلَوْ يُؤَاخِذُ اللَّهُ النَّاسَ بِمَا كَسَبُوا مَا تَرَكَ عَلَى ظَهْرِهَا مِنْ دَابَّةٍ. That if Allah were to hold us accountable for everything that we do, in other words, if Allah were to send His punishment swiftly because of what we do, Allah says, then none of you will be alive. Nobody will be alive. Because we all actually commit certain sins, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us time to rectify the situation. And so especially that we're getting into Ramadan, we ask Allah to accept from all of us and to help us reach it. It is good to start with a clean slate. It is good to start with a clean heart in the beginning. To start and approach the month with this positive attitude. You know, the Prophet ﷺ, when Aisha asked him that if I were to witness Laylat al-Qadr, what do I say? And the Prophet gave her and all of us a beautiful dua. Allah said to her to say, Allahumma annaka afuwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. Ya Allah, you are the all-forgiving. You love forgiveness, so forgive me. You love forgiveness, so forgive me. So when I forgive others, I'm doing something that Allah loves. Allah loves forgiveness. So when I'm doing something that is beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that results in something. If I want to earn the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's one of the ways. You know, sometimes you may say to our love to one another, sometimes doesn't result in any action. So you will say to your brother, I love you for the sake of Allah. And then after that, your brother says, I need some help moving. Wallah, I'm busy. We find excuses. But the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala results in something. That's why in the hadith al-Qudsi, a long hadith where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that when I love my servant, فَإِذَا أَحْبَبْتُ, I will guide his actions. I will guide his eyesight. I will guide his hearing. I will guide his footsteps. And he says, وَلَئِنْ سَأَلَنِي لَأُعْطِيَنَّهُ وَلَئِنْ اسْتَعَاذَ بِي لَأُعِيذَنَّهُ. That if he were to ask me, when Allah loves someone, if that servant asks Allah, Allah will give him. And if he were to seek the protection of Allah, Allah will protect him. So the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala results in something. And what Allah is promising when we forgive one another is His own forgiveness. This is the price of Al-Jannah. How much would you pay for Al-Jannah? You know, sometimes we say, well, I'll try my best, but there'll always be something in my heart. If I were to offer you $1 million to forgive somebody, would you still hold something in your heart? If I were to offer you $1 billion, if I were to offer you $10 billion, not tempted yet, anybody, you know, but what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is offering is something far greater than that. He's offering His own forgiveness, which will get you into Al-Jannah as vast as the heaven and the earth. How much price would you put for that? That's why when you forgive the others, that's what you gain. There's a famous story about Abdullah ibn Umar, alayhi ridwanullah. He said once we were sitting with the Prophet, and he said to us, then one of the people of Al-Jannah will enter. So one of the people that is guaranteed Al-Jannah, paradise, will enter. And you would expect it will be Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, the famous names. Even though the Prophet did promise these Al-Jannah, alayhi salatu wassalam. But a person that wasn't actually well known. And the interesting thing, the hadith didn't even mention his name. He comes in and he sits in the crowd. And everybody's looking at him, of course. And the second day, the Prophet repeated the same thing about the man. One of the people of Al-Jannah will enter. And the man sat in the crowd. And after some time, Abdullah ibn Umar, he said, I want to know his secret. What earned him that status guaranteed by the Prophet ﷺ? So he decided to go stay as a guest in his house for 3 days, watching every step and every move that man was doing. And after 3 days, he didn't see anything different. So he told the man, let me be honest with you. The reason I came here, because the Prophet said this about you. And I didn't see you doing anything different. And the man said, well, it's whatever you saw. I'm not doing anything different. But wait, there's one thing. Every night before I go to sleep, I forgive everybody. I forgive all the Muslims. And Abdullah ibn Umar said, that's the one. And few people can do it. So this is the quality that earn you Al-Jannah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And again, my brothers and sisters, this is something, it's your choice not to forgive. It's totally your choice. But what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is offering is something very tempting. He's offering His own forgiveness. And it is good to spread this culture of forgiveness among ourselves, not just for Ramadan, but all the time, but specifically actually for Ramadan, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will always give more. You know, there's a famous hadith where the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, تُفْتَحُ أَبْوَابُ الْجَنَّةِ يَوْمُ الْإِثْنَيْنِ وَيَوْمُ الْخَمِيسِ. The doors of paradise are open on Mondays and Thursdays. فَيُغْفَرُ لِكُلِّ عَبْدٍ لَا يُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ شَيْئًا. That every servant that doesn't associate any gods with Allah, Allah will forgive him. He says, إلا رجلا كان بينه وبين أخيه شحناء فيقال أنظروا هذين حتى يصطلحا أنظروا هذين حتى يصطلحا. That everybody will be forgiven except two people that are in dispute. Then they will be told, give them time. In other words, don't give them the forgiveness yet until they reconcile. Until they reconcile, as the Prophet ﷺ said. Again, my brothers and sisters, sometimes when we forgive, we feel that we're losing, but the reality is that we're gaining. We're gaining the very forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us in this life and the next. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi man walah. My brothers and sisters, the forgiveness, again, it doesn't mean that being fooled from the same person by the same person twice, and it doesn't mean forgiving the big criminals. You know, I was saying that to somebody. He says, so we forgive Bashar al-Assad. I said, no, of course not. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to destroy him and everyone who's helping him in any way. But we're talking about ourselves. Let's not get into the big thing yet. I'm talking about forgiving one another. It really pains you to hear that she hasn't spoken to her mom for years. He hasn't spoken to his father or to his sister or his brother for a long time. How could that be? SubhanAllah, that's really what I'm talking about. Forgiving one another and not to keep holding it. And you know, when you forgive, you will gain in this life before the hereafter. Because a heart that keeps harboring these ill feeling is a miserable heart. When you let go, that's when you feel the peace and the tranquility. So you gain in this world before we're talking about even the gain and the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hereafter. A heart that forgives is a heart that remains at peace. But when we're talking about forgiving, there's another aspect to it also. Not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself as well. And not to keep putting yourself down. Not to reduce yourself to your own sins and mistakes. In other words, what defines me is my sin. Sometimes you have to have mercy toward yourself, by the way. Not just toward the others. Because sometimes we're really very harsh against ourselves. That's what the Prophet ﷺ, in a beautiful hadith by Aisha ﷺ, he said, لا يقولن أحدكم خبثت نفسي. That one of you should not say, I'm an evil, bad person. That's what the Prophet is saying. Oh, don't shame yourself. You know, don't keep putting yourself down. So sometimes you have to let go of your own mistakes. You know, Ibn Taymiyyah said, so we don't regret anything, not even our sins. He said, not even your sins, provided that you have repented from them. So don't keep on holding yourself down or chaining yourself by your own sins. Well, but I've done something wrong. Well, maybe at that time I did the best that I could. You know, at that time, 10 years ago or 2 years ago or whatever, I did not have the maturity and the knowledge that I have today. So I cannot revisit those old decisions with the awareness that I have today. Today I would have decided differently probably. But at that time I did not have what I have today. That's why not to keep on visiting back the old decisions and the mistakes. I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا يقولن أحدكم لو إني فعلت كذا ولو فعلت كذا لكان كذا وكذا ولكن ليقل قدر الله وما شاء فعل. That one of you should not keep on regretting about the past. If I've done this, this would have happened. But he should say, Allah has decreed and whatever has decided has happened. So that's why we're talking about forgiving. Yes, we want to forgive others, but we also want to forgive ourselves. To move on and not to hold ourselves for our own mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has their own shortcomings and mistakes, but everybody has something good about them. So we just try our best and we move on. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us reach the month of Ramadan. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it our best Ramadan yet. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it our path to Al-Jannah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us His forgiveness. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us recognize the truth and help us follow it. We ask Him to help us recognize the falsehood and help us avoid it. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make the best of our deeds, the last ones that we do, and the best of our deeds the day that we shall meet Him. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect our brothers and sisters in Syria, and in Iraq, and in Palestine, and in Myanmar, and in Bangladesh, and in Pakistan, and everywhere where La ilallah is declared high. إن الله أمرنا بأمر عميم بدأ بنفسه وثنى بملائكة قدسه فقال ولم يزل قائلا عليما حكيما إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك اللهم على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم اجعل بفضلك كلمتي الحق والدين اللهم من أراد بالمسلمين خيرا فوفقه إلى كل خير ومن أراد بهم شرا فخذه أخذ عزيز مقتدر اللهم من أراد بالمسلمين شرا فخذه أخذ عزيز مقتدر اللهم وخذه أخذ عزيز مقتدر يا عزيز يا جبار اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم اجعل خير أعمالنا خواتيمها وخير أيامنا يوم أن نلقاك اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة وكل ما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل ونعوذ بك من النار وكل ما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات المؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات والحمد لله رب العالمين وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Straighten the lines and fill the gaps. If your cell phone is on you, please make sure that it's turned off or put on mute. Jazakumullah khair. Well, the brothers outside, make sure that we fill the inside before we start lining outside. We have more space in the back? Okay. Jazakumullah khair. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام را كتاب أنزلناه إليك لتخرج الناس من الظلمات إلى النور بإذن ربهم إلى صراط العزيز الحميد الله الذي له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وويل للكافرين من عذاب شديد الذين يستحبون الحياة الدنيا عن الآخرة ويصدون عن سبيل الله ويبغونها عوجا أولئك في ضلال بعيد وما أرسلنا من رسول إلا بلسان قومه ليبين لهم فيضل الله من يشاء ويهدي من يشاء وهو العزيز الحكيم ولقد أرسلنا موسى بآياتنا أن أخرج قومك من الظلمات إلى النور وذكرهم بأيام الله إن في ذلك لآيات لكل صبار شكور الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Jazakallah khair, Dr. Ahmed, for the wonderful and timely khutbah. May Allah reward you and give you safe travels back to Riverside, inshallah. Just a recap of the announcements real quick, inshallah. Per the Shura Council of Southern California, again, the Ramadan will inshallah be starting May 27th, Saturday, May 27th, which means that the first night of Taraweeh will be here Friday, May 26th. Inshallah, Isha's at 9:30. Taraweeh will probably start somewhere in the time from around 9:45, inshallah. Similarly, we have inshallah sign-ups for Ramadan iftar. So if you're interested in sponsoring an iftar, please swing by the office, put your name down, put your phone number down, and we'll contact you and coordinate with you. Similarly, we also need volunteers to help coordinate many of the activities we have scheduled for Ramadan and after Ramadan. So similarly, please swing by the office and sign up if you are interested in volunteering. And if you're not interested, sign up anyways, and we'll find something for you to do. Inshallah, next Friday, May 19th, we'll have a Friday night lecture by Sheikh Farhan Zabari in preparation for Ramadan, and that will be after Maghrib till Isha. So again, that's next Friday, inshallah. And lastly, if you're not on our email list, please swing by the office, give us your email address so you can be on our email list, so you can stay up to date with our announcements. Jazakumullahu khairan and Jumu'ah Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum.
انا سبت لك الايميل بتاعي ما بعت